we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I invite you to find a comfortable seat on your mat. Remember that that can look like many things. So it's comfortable in my body to sit with my legs folded. If it's not in yours, no problem at all. Find a comfortable seat. You can sit on a cushion, you can have legs out, whatever feels good. And then just take a moment to come into stillness. Bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes and just begin to cultivate some nice deep belly breathing, really giving yourself that full, beautiful freedom of deep breaths. Now, as you breathe, let's begin to find some movement to go along with that breath. So on your inhale, roll your spine out nice and long, sit tall on the mat, and then exhale, soften. Inhale to lengthen, rolling out, and exhaling to soften. And let's just feel this a few times, this rise and fall of breath and movement working together. On your next exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Now on your inhale, lengthen your spine, and this time on your exhale, curl your navel toward your spine. Let your lower back round. And then inhale, lengthening your spine. Sit up nice and tall. Exhaling, coiling in, feeling your spine curve. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale. Now, if this feels good, you stay right here. If you'd like to, you can begin to make this movement even bigger. So on your inhale, maybe you shift your breastbone forward, lifting your heart. Exhale, really coil it in. Really make that C shape, drawing your body back. And then inhaling forward, lifting your heart. So we're feeling a little bit of that cat-cow energy right here. And again, if this feels good, you stay exactly as you are. If you'd like to, you're also welcome to add some arms on. As you inhale, sweep your hands to the sky. Exhale, coil your navel in, elbows to your sides, drawing all that energy to your core. Inhale, roll it out. Exhaling, drawing all of that sunlight into your body. Inhaling to open. One more pass through and then draw your hands to heart center. Take a moment to set your intention for your practice this morning, remembering, of course, that it's Friday, it's the end of a week, and an intention can be releasing as well as receiving. So if there's something you need to let go of, you can let go of it here. You can also choose the energy you want to cultivate or bring in for this weekend. And then once that intention is set, simply release your hands down, walk them forward and sweep your feet around behind you. Let's start in tabletop. So our wrists come beneath our shoulders, knees are under our hips, and let's keep moving our spines. On your inhale, roll your heart forward, tip your tailbone to the sky, and exhale, drop the crown of your head, curl your tailbone under. Inhaling to roll over. All right, so if cat-cow feels amazing, you stay right here. If you'd like to, you're also welcome to find some free-form spinal movement. You can shift from side to side, forward or back. Just finding a little ease. Noticing any points of tension and stretching them out. And then find your way back to a neutral spine. Let's stretch out our calves. Draw your knees toward each other underneath your hips so that they're centered. On an inhale, extend your right leg long behind you and lower the tip of your toe to the mat. Now begin to press into your right heel to stretch out the back of your leg. So as always, in this space, you can sustain this stretch, or you can find a slow flow, just gently rolling into and out of that stretch. And then let's switch it out. Lower your right knee down. Let's feel that on the left side. Extend your leg, lower your toe, and begin to press into your left heel. Same options, of course, sustaining the stretch or finding that slow wave pattern. Good, so from here, let's lower that left knee down. Now, it's been a little while since we've done our neck and shoulder sequence, so I think that would be a good choice today, especially since it's Friday. So I invite you to find a comfortable seat where you can sit for a few minutes and feel, nice and stable and comfortable in your body. So again, lots of options. You can even sit on a chair for this if that's more comfortable than sitting on your mat. So find your comfortable seat, and then let's start with some neck rolls. Drop your chin to your chest and begin to roll your head all the way over to one side, back through center, and over to the other. And we do want to avoid going around the back of the neck, simply because it's easy to get a little crunchy in our cervical vertebra. And the goal here is pleasant stretching. Now, as you roll your neck, if you notice that there are particular areas that feel really good, you can linger and just stretch it out wherever you found that spot. It's okay to pause and breathe into any points of tension you've discovered. Now, the next time you find that you have rolled your way all the way over to your right side, sustain right there and turn your face outward so that your right ear is directly above your right shoulder. Roll your left shoulder back and down a little bit, and you're going to feel a deeper stretch right along the trapezius, that big sort of wing-shaped muscle right here. Now, this might already be enough. Depending on how tense you're feeling today, you might stay here. You might walk your left fingertips away. Now, depending on the angle, it's going to change where you feel that stretch. So if you've walked your fingertips away, experiment a little bit with where they are. You're going to find sort of an optimum point, a spot that really needs all that beautiful stretching, all that love. Just sustain right there. And as always, keep breathing here. Those deep breaths really do help us release tension. Walk your fingertips back in, roll your chin across the center of your body and all the way over to your left side. And let's find that same starting position. So the face is out, left ear is over the left shoulder. Roll your right shoulder back and down. And again, option one, maybe you stay right here. If this is plenty of stretch, stay exactly as you are. If you are looking to deepen, walk your right fingertips away. And again, experiment a little bit with where those fingertips are. And here's that fun thing with bodies being asymmetrical. Chances are the spot that feels best here on your right side is not going to be the spot that feels best on your left. And release. Bring that hand back in. Roll your chin back to center all the way up. And finding our chins once again parallel with the earth. So let's find some nice big shoulder rolls here. All the way forward, all the way up. Squeeze them together at the back and all the way down. So the fullest range of motion you can find. Totally fine if your torso is moving around a little bit to enable this much movement. And remember, that squeeze together at the back, that actually really helps break up tension between the shoulder blades. And let's make sure we go the other direction. So all the way back, all the way forward, rounding the spine and then back. So again, really feeling that full range of motion. Come back to center, scrunch your shoulders all the way up to your ears, squeeze, 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 and then exhale, roll them back and down. Sit nice and tall. Let's add our fascia stretch right here. So I'd like you to raise your right hand and turn your palm to face away. Now press into the heel of your right hand. So we've got a nice extended arm here. This might feel weird. So when I stretch the fascia on my right side, I feel tingling in my fingers and this kind of strange, almost ache in the arm. If it gets to be too much, just bend your elbow a little bit. Now, if you'd like to take that stretch and roll it a little bit deeper, you can begin to reach your right hand behind you. And just like when we were rolling our necks and kind of noticing different points of tension, where your arm is in terms of that angle is going to change how much stretch you feel. So feel free to adjust. And then find your way back, release, wiggle that arm out a little bit because it definitely feels weird. And let's feel that on the left side. So raise your palm, turn it to face away, press into the heel of your hand. And again, remember, if this is too much, just bend the elbow a little bit. Sustain, pressing through the heel of your left hand, reaching out to the side, or begin to track that arm behind you a little bit. Just, again, noticing what feels good. And then find your way all the way back to center. Release that left arm, wiggle it out a little bit if it still feels a little strange. And let's keep working our way down our spine. So let's find some heart circles. Shift your rib cage all the way over to the right side, all the way forward, to the left, and then all the way back, and then begin to connect those points. So we're getting a nice deep side stretch here, really feeling that mobility of the spine. And then let's go the other direction. So go around toward the right. And come back to center. So from here, let's come up to standing to begin our sun salutations for the day. So make your way to the top of your mat. Now, take a moment once you've arrived to let your first Tadasana, your first mountain pose, be very conscious. So really feel your feet rooting down to the earth and then feel that energy drawing up. So we feel our quads strengthen. Draw your navel toward your spine, shoulders roll back and down, palms face forward. Feel strong, feel powerful. On your inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Now let's release right here into forward fold. So I'd like you to let this be messy, right? Let your head hang, let your neck be nice and long. If you're feeling a little tension in your shoulders, you can always wiggle them around a little bit. Remember that swaying from side to side can also feel really nice here. So you're welcome to find that expression as well. But just take a moment, let the week kind of roll away into the earth. We do yoga not just for our bodies, but for our minds. So just take a deep breath in and let everything go. One more time. And let's begin our sun salutations. Bend your knees enough that your fingertips can find your blocks or the mat. On your inhale, step your right foot back to lunge and lower that right knee down to the mat. So if you're using blocks, draw them in a little bit so that you can have your heart lifted as you're in low lunge. Remember that we want to make sure that left ankle is directly beneath the left knee. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, draw your hips back. Let your left leg start to straighten out. And then inhale, shift forward to lunge. Melt your right hip toward the earth. Exhaling, shifting back. Inhaling forward to lunge. Now as you flow back and forth here, as you start to open up the muscles in your lower body, remember you can also walk your hands or your blocks back and forth. If that helps you get a good stretch, go ahead and do so. Let your next inhale bring you all the way forward. From here, find tabletop. So knees come beneath the hips, wrists come under the shoulders again, and let's move our spines a little bit more. So yogi's choice here. You can roll through cat-cow, rolling open and then coiling. Or you can find some free-form spinal movement, just shifting around. And then find your way into stillness. Come back to a neutral spine and tabletop. Walk your hands, one hand span forward, and shift your shoulders over your wrists. So right here, engage your belly. And sometimes that actually works a little better if we do it wrong first. So you can slump through your midsection, feel that it's awful, and then dial your core in. Keep pressing the earth away as you bend your elbows and try to lower your half plank in one long line all the way down to the mat. Remember that if it's too much, you can just come down to the earth. Once you're there, walk your toes back, create space. Bring your fingertips wide. They can come out to either side. Begin to roll one shoulder and then the other through creative cobra. So go for big shoulder circles here, really getting that full range of motion. And come back to center. Return your fingertips to beneath your shoulders and press back. Tabletop right here, or if you have one in your practice, you're welcome to take downward facing dog. Wherever you've landed, find a little movement. So in tabletop, that is cat-cow or freeform spinal movement. If you have found yourself in downward facing dog, walk out your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. You can shift your shoulders, sway your spine. And then come into stillness. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to step your right foot forward between your hands. If your back knee is lifted, please lower it. And then just check in with that front foot. So we want to make sure that right ankle is directly beneath the right knee. Grab your blocks if you are using them, setting yourself up. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, shift back, straightening out that right leg. Inhaling forward to lunge. And exhale back. And just same notice for this side. Remember that you can walk your hands back and forth even if there are blocks underneath them. So if it helps you get a better stretch here, walk your hands. Totally okay. Let your next inhale bring you all the way forward to lunge. Turn your left toes under, lift your back knee, look forward, and step together. Surrender, find ease, rock from side to side if that would feel good. And then find your way into stillness. Bend your knees, exhale, roll your way all the way up to standing. Inhale, rise and open. Exhale, hands to heart center. So check in with your Tadasana, and if you notice that it shifted, just take a moment to reset, root your feet, engage your belly, feel nice and tall and strong. Inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way forward. This time on your inhale, halfway rise. Hands come to your shins or your thighs. Roll your heart forward and press your tailbone away. So we want to feel a flat back here. Exhale to fold. 2 more times. Inhaling, halfway rise. Nice and long through the spine. Exhale. Last time, halfway rise. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your fingertips. Inhale to step your left foot back to lunge and lower your left knee down. So let's take this flowing lunge a little deeper this time. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, shift back. This time those right toes rise so we can get a deeper stretch along the back of the leg. Inhale, shift forward to lunge. And exhale, shift back. And just follow your breath right here. Let your next inhale bring you forward to lunge. Tabletop, knees beneath the hips, wrists under the shoulders, and then walk your hands, one handspan forward, shoulders come over the wrists. So as always here in half plank, you have the option to take full plank. If you'd like a more challenging practice today, you can turn your toes under and lift your knees. We still want to find that nice, strong, buoyant plank feeling. So strong core, pressing the earth away. Bend your elbows and slowly, slowly bring your body down to the earth. Nice and controlled. Try to take more than one breath on the way down. And then when you touch down, walk your toes back. And let's bring fingertips wide again. Roll your shoulders. Creative cobra. Sometimes imagining that you're a snaky in the grass right here can feel good. I suppose that depends on how you feel about snakies. Return your hands to beneath your shoulders. Press it back, tabletop. Or, again, downward facing dog. If you've got a down dog, you're welcome to take that as well. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to step your left foot forward between your hands. Grab your blocks if you were using them. Set yourself up. Again, left knee directly over the left ankle. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, shift back. This time left toes rise. So again, that deeper stretch. Inhale, forward to lunge. And exhale, shift back. Just follow your breath right here. Let your next inhale bring you all the way forward to lunge. Turn your right toes under and lift your back knee. Look forward and step together. Nice full surrender right here, a lunar pause. Just taking a moment, relax your head, relax your neck. You can shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Just soften any points of tension you're observing in your body. And come to stillness. Bend your knees, exhale, roll your way all the way up to standing. Inhale, rise and open. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come on down to the mat for our core cultivation, and let's start today sitting up in our base for boat pose. So for Navasana, for boat pose, we want to have a nice V seat going on, which means our feet are firmly planted, knees are bent, and we're sitting forward on our sits bones. So those little bony protrusions in your butt, you want to be forward on those so that your spine can stay nice and straight. On your inhale, roll your spine out nice and long. Fingertips come to behind the knees. We'll start here today. Now, keeping your heart lifted and your spine extended, on your exhale, begin to hinge back from the hips. And you're going to find a spot where your core starts to work. Linger there for a beat, and then shift forward. Inhale. Exhale, shifting back. Find that point. Inhale forward. And just follow this pattern. Again, trying to keep our spines nice and lifted and long. Our bodies naturally choose the path of least resistance. So for this particular vinyasa, the first thing that will happen is your lower back's going to try to round to make this easier for you. Inhale all the way forward, fold over your legs. Let it go, rock from side to side. And come back to center. Let's set that up one more time. So options. You can have your fingertips behind your knees here. If you'd like to take it a little more challenging, float your hands. So you can imagine you've got a tray or something that you're holding on your palms. Again, find that long spine first, and then exhale, hinge back from the hips. Maybe you go a little deeper. Inhaling forward, and exhaling back. It's building up a little heat in our bellies. In Ayurveda, we talk about the digestive juices as being one of the fires. So interestingly, even though they're liquid, they're considered fire, Agni, in Ayurveda. And anything we do that builds heat there, of course, is making those fires engage. And let's roll all the way forward, fold over your legs, let it go. You can always rock from side to side here if that feels good in your body. And let's do one last little core cultivator right here in our base for boat pose. So again, strong core, lifted heart. This time we're going to add a little twist. So what I'd like you to do is float your hands. Exhale, peel one arm back. And it doesn't matter to me which one you choose. Inhale forward. Exhale, peel the other arm back. Now as you do so, squeeze through your side waist. And if this is enough, you stay right here. If you would like to add on a little bit of challenge, combine that with the tilt, coming back, inhaling forward, exhaling, peeling back, and inhale forward. So your choice, your practice. Remember, your yoga mat is your personal 6 by 2 foot universe. And then wrap it up, rock forward and let it go. Rock from side to side if that helps. Remember to lengthen your neck, let your chin come to your chest. And then from here, we're going to make our way all the way up to standing. And I'd like you to take a nice wide stance on your mat with your feet parallel. So they're going to be facing the same direction. And let's start with a little Jala Namaskar, a little water flow right here. So with our feet parallel, we're going to bring our hands to our waists and just start trailing our fingertips through the air. My favorite visualization here is to imagine I'm standing in a flowing river and water is moving past my fingertips. Now from here, sweep your fingertips all the way over to the left. Over to the right, inhale, sweep those bad boys up and over the top, exhale, down, right, left, inhale, up and over, left, right, up and over. So you can follow this pattern side to side, then over the top. And you can focus on your upper body here. So if you're noticing that this feels really good in your back and in your arms, you can focus here. You're also welcome to begin to bend your knees and add in a little lower body movement as well. Jala Namaskar is one of those beautiful practices that can bring us into full body vinyasa, where we've got multiple muscle groups, multiple joints, and our breath moving in symphony together. And then simply begin to find your way back to standing, letting your fingertips trail once more in the water, and then simply come to stillness. Now from here, let's turn our right foot to face the short side of the mat. We're going to bend that right knee. Radiate your arms out in both directions, feeling warrior two. Look down at your left foot and just make sure it's dialed out to the side. Try to bend your right knee just a little bit deeper, finding a nice deep Vira two. Flip your right hand to face the sky. Inhale, sweep up and back. Exhale, right hand or right elbow to that right knee. Reach your left arm long. And inhale, up and back. So right here in Dancing Warrior, we are following our breath. We're feeling a lot of openness along our side waist. That's really what this is designed to do, to stretch these out while building strength in that right knee. And of course, the challenge here is to try to keep your knee at the same angle of bend the entire time. And then we find our way back to center. Release your hands down. We're going to turn our right foot. So we're facing the front again, or rather the broad side of the mat. Turn your left foot to face the short side of the mat. Bend that left knee. So we're setting up for Vira two on the other side. Again, turn your heart toward the broad side of the mat. Radiate your arms. Try to sink a little deeper into that left knee and flip your left hand to face the sky. Inhale, sweep up and back. Exhale, left elbow or left hand to left knee. Reach your right arm long. And then find your Dancing Warrior, moving on your breath. And find your way all the way back to Warrior Two. Release your hands down. Our feet are going to once again be parallel. And we'll just step together at the top of the mat for our next sequence. Let's build in some twists. So from here, I'd like you to step your left foot back. Bend your right knee. Now, depending on how this feels in your body, you may want to turn your left foot out to the side a little bit so that you can have that bend and still feel comfortable in your lower body. So for warrior one, we're going to keep our hips and our hearts facing that short side of the mat. On your inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, sweep your hands off to your right hand side. Get a nice twist. Inhale to center. Exhale off to the left. Inhale to center and over to the right. And we'll just follow our breath right here. Now we're moving toward a twist in our warrior. If you know already that you would like to move toward high lunge, you're welcome to pivot on that back foot, coming to tippy toes at any point in time. Otherwise, just leave your heel down. The next time you come over to your right side, we're going to go ahead and sustain. So that might be the left hand coming to the right hip, right arm reaches away. If it's open to you, you can bring your left elbow to your left knee, palm into palm, and find that twist. Now, wherever you have landed, just breathe. Remembering that twisting is so good for breaking up tension in our backs. It supports our digestive organs. And release. Coming back to center. If you're down, simply coming back up. If your back foot is still stepped way far back, step it in. So we're going to root our feet. So that right foot is forward, left foot is back, but they're both facing the same direction, setting up for pyramid pose. Inhale to sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, sweep your palms down by your sides. Press through your palms, lift your heart. Good. Inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, this time I'd like you to interlace behind you. Now, before we straighten our arms and get that really deep stretch, engage your belly, right? So we want to feel that navel to spine action that protects our lower backs. This time on your inhale, lift your heart, lengthen your arms, core is nice and strong. Exhale to soften a little bit. Inhaling, lengthening. And exhale. Now, depending on how your arms feel, you can hinge forward, leaving the fingertips interlaced. You're also welcome to fold forward and release your fingertips down to the earth or to your right leg. And we're just going to breathe right here, letting our spines stretch. And if your fingertips are still interlaced, let's all find our hands somewhere on our right leg. With every inhale, create a little more length along your spine. Every exhale, soften just a bit. Throw your right hip back just a touch and your left hip forward to get that nice, deep stretch. And continuing our theme of twisting, of healing our backs, we're going to root our left hand somewhere to the right leg. On your inhale, peel your right arm open, reaching toward the sky. Exhale to lower. Inhaling, peeling open. Exhale. Last time, exhale, lower that right hand down and simply step together and fold. Nice, easy forward fold, let it all go. Rock from side to side. Remember to relax your jaw here, relax your forehead. And then come to stillness, bend your knees, roll your way all the way up. Inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Touch back in with your intention. Just feeling that energy, that theme you're working with for your practice today. And release your hands down. So let's feel that same sequence on the other side. So this time that left foot is going to be forward. We're going to step our right foot back. Now, notice how this feels in your hip if you bend your left knee. So maybe you find you want to tip that right foot out to the side just a little bit more. Maybe if it's stable for you, you come to tippy toes on that right foot. So it's either high lunge with that foot and tippy toes or warrior one with the foot down. On your inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, sweep your fingers over to your left side. Inhale to center and over to the right. We're just following this lovely twisting vinyasa. Now, this time, when you bring your hands over to your left side, we would like to sustain. So maybe that's that right hand coming to the left hip, left arm reaches long. If it is open to you, you can bring your right elbow to your left knee and bring your palms together to find a revolved twist. A revolved lunge, rather. Now, wherever you have found yourself, release and step your right foot in. So we're going to root our feet down to the mat. They are parallel but staggered. So right foot is back, left foot's forward. And a stance that allows our feet to be firmly planted on the earth but still has some space between the feet. On your inhale, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, sweep them down by your sides. Press, lift, and lengthen. Inhale. This time on your exhale, sweep your fingertips behind you, interlace. Engage your belly first, and then inhale, lift your heart, lengthen your arms. Exhale to soften a little bit. Inhaling, lengthening. One more time. Now on this inhale, yogi's choice, forward fold, fingertips can stay interlaced, or they can release and come down to the earth. Wherever you find yourself, take a few deep breaths right here. And on this next exhale, if your fingertips are interlaced, they come down. We all meet with our hands on that left leg. Now from here, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. And we're going to draw that left hip back and that right hip forward just a little bit, getting that deeper stretch. So let's keep working our twist. We're going to root our right hand to our left leg. Inhale, peel your left arm open. Exhaling, lowering that left arm down. Inhaling to peel. On this next exhale, release. Bend both knees and step together and fold. Find ease, find surrender here. Remember to relax your neck, relax your head, your jaw. And come to stillness. Bend both knees, exhale, roll your way up. Inhale, rise and open. Exhale, hands come to heart center and make your way all the way down onto your mat. Start by rolling down onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. So let's come to stillness at the center. From here, let's release our hands down to the earth. And we're just going to find some nice little hip mandalas. So on your left side, begin to draw big circles with that knee. And we just want to keep our core engaged here, not super tight, but just a little bit of action of drawing that navel to the spine, which helps stabilize our body as our hip is moving. And let's feel that on the other side. Begin to draw big circles with that right hip. Again, just checking in to make sure you're staying engaged through your core. And come back to stillness at the center. Lower the soles of your feet all the way down beneath your glutes. So we're going to set ourselves up for low bridge pose. Palms are still facing down. Shoulders are relaxed on the mat. Draw your navel toward your spine. Feel your core to spine action happening. On your inhale, press into your heels. Lift your hips up off the mat. Exhale to soften just a little bit. Inhaling to lift, really pressing your hips toward the sky. Exhaling to soften. And inhale to lift. On this next exhale, roll your way all the way down, vertebra by vertebra. Once you find your way down to the mat, draw your knees in and rock from side to side again. Just delivering a little self-massage to your lower back. Come to stillness. Open your arms out to either side. Drop your knees off to your right-hand side and turn your head to look to the left. Now try to relax your body here. So our legs are resting on the earth, arms are resting. And if you find that you've got a part of your body that is floating a little bit, so if you've got your left knee up in the air, just plant your left foot instead, letting that foot be out. Inhale back to center. Exhale to drop your knees over to the left and turn your head to look to the right. Same little adjustments here. If you notice that your right leg is floating, just step that right foot free. That way we can allow our bodies to really rest on the earth. No tension here. Inhale to draw your knees back to center. Now, if there is any additional movement, any stretch, any asana, anything at all that you would like to feel, take a moment to honor that request within your body. So maybe it's an inversion or another hip opener or a fold, whatever would feel really good. That's what you put right here. And then whenever you are ready, begin to make your way toward your Shavasana. And remember, of course, you always have options. So Shavasana is often taken lying flat on the mat, heels wide, toes falling out to either side, and palms facing the sky. But if you notice that this doesn't feel good in your body, particularly if you notice tension in your lower back, feel free to bend your knees. Plant your feet wide, and then let your knees fall together at the center, just letting the bones of your body support you. You are, of course, also welcome to take child's pose or seated meditation or any other resting position that would feel good in your body today. What's most important is that we find a place to come to stillness to integrate all of the benefits of our yoga practice. So once you have found your space for Shavasana, take a moment to allow all of the points where your body is in connection with your mat to soften. Consciously relax those little areas. Maybe imagine them becoming a little bit less distinct. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes and your forehead. And then simply let go and float. And remember that if you find yourself drawn into a thought cycle, just notice it happening. And then come back to the feeling of your breath moving in your body. Allow your breath to create space within your body. Begin to find some little movements of your fingertips and your toes. Just bringing you back to this day, to this time. Draw your knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Eventually find your way all the way over onto your right side and just curl into the posture of the sleeping child. Take a moment here to completely rest, to just soften. And in this space that you have created, let go of anything that you do not need to bring with you into the weekend. And then whenever you are ready and you feel your practice is complete, Use your hands to help press yourself up into a nice, easy seated position. Bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. We're going to close our practice with a round of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, a prayer for peace. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Come up and turn the recording off. There we go.